Man, welcome back to A Lot to Say podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, we already on episode 5.
5, man. Episode
5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we here, man. We live and we doing our thing, man. Alive and well. We just thankful to be here for another week to give y'all another episode. So
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Let's dive right into it.
Hold up, bro. You almost left out the most important part. We are officially on YouTube.
Yep.
YouTube. I don't know if y'all checked out the video from last week, but YouTube, we are here and we are here to stay, and we're here to provide some more raw, uncut content for you guys.
Raw, uncut content.
Yes, sir. So let's get off to it, man. How was your week, bro?
Man, my week was very, very, very interesting. I mean, I'm thankful that I started being, I became an on-air personality finally. So I'm doing that, working at a radio station. That's really teaching me more, social skills, I guess. You know, really talking to the people when you don't even see them. Being behind the scenes, but giving people what they need during the weekdays. You know what I'm saying? That's my little slogan at work. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But outside of that, doing some studio work on the side, working on my YouTube channel, making sure that's growing, working on my body, my health, and making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing so I can continue to elevate, man. So other than that, what you got going on, bro?
Man, ain't too much, man. Ain't too much. I actually been trying to just talk to people a little bit more. Like I told you earlier in the year, that's like one of the big things that I'm trying to do this year is just establish more connections. And
Absolutely.
The only way you can do that is just by talking to people. And that kind of rolls us into our first topic here today, just being 100% honest with people.
Being straightforward.
Straightforward. So I'm going to let you go ahead and go with that one.
Man, so let me go ahead and dive right into it. I can say, you know, I'm a human being. We all make mistakes. So back in the day when I was, you know, a little youngin', man, not even really caring about responsibilities or nothing. Used to be chasing all the women, chasing all the wrong things, man. I used to just like beat around the bush trying to get to a certain point, whether it be asking your parents or your peoples for some, hey, can I go outside? Hey, like for example, hey, mom, how you doing? Boy, what you want? Like, really, get to the point.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point, straightforward. So as an adult, I finally learned to not waste time, which is also another point we're bringing on later on into the show, but not waste time and say what you mean what you say. Be about what you say. It's all about action. So, for example, if I'm talking to somebody or I want something from somebody, I'm going to just tell them, all right, yeah, look, this is not that type of thing. This is all I want. So if it doesn't line up with what you want, then so be it. But if it does, okay, cool. Let's do what we do. But that's how I view straightforward, man. Just really get into what you exactly want. You don't have to butt anybody up. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, say anything extra.
Yeah. And one thing that my dad, he kind of actually said it the other day was closed mouths don't get fed. And that just goes in point to say, you know, if something's on your mind or if you're thinking about something, you don't necessarily have to walk on eggshells with people if you just be real and give a list of kind of like why you feel this way.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't, it kind of almost even feels like you were just attacking somebody, you know? So if you provide explanations as to why you feel the way you feel or just the reasoning of why you have a problem with somebody or something that they're doing, just be honest with them,
be
bro.
honest,
Be honest, bro.
Because you're going to look, like I think you just said it, like holding a grudge on somebody because you felt some type of way about them, and now you creating scenarios in your own mind, overthinking about a situation. Like, this really used to be me, like overthinking, like, oh, I should have said this, damn, I really should have did that, but you didn't because you wasn't straightforward. You beat around the bush.
And that kind of runs into the second point that we got here is a lot of, I'm not even just gonna say men in general, but just humans all together. We got a hard time admitting that we're wrong, you know? And it's a lot harder to hear from somebody else that said you were wrong.
Ego and pride, boy.
Man, I'm
Ego
telling you,
pride,
man. Ego, pride. And you know what the crazy part is?
What?
half of asking for forgiveness is realizing and admitting to the fact that you were wrong. So, like I said, that's one of the things that I personally am working on getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
Mending those relationships and just kind of asking for forgiveness. Hey, I might have did this to you at a certain point in time. Wasn't really in a clear head about it. Do you forgive me? It's that simple, bro.
Literally, it's so simple, but as like you said, as human beings, man, we build up so much pride. We believe in our ego so much that, all right, okay, you can think that way, but I don't care. Like, you're gonna get mad. You're gonna get mad when somebody try to tell you what's right or what's wrong. I mean, think about it. All right, don't get me wrong. We all got our specific ways of how we live life, how we do certain things. Cool, but you can't elevate your own mind. You can't do you can't become the best version of yourself if you don't allow, constructive criticism.
For sure.
You can't, not saying, all right, take every piece of advice that come to you, but take the ones that's going, you know what I'm saying, really benefit you the most.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I heard something the other day. It said a prideful man can be a powerful man, but he can also be a dangerous man.
Yep.
So that's another.
So let me ask you something. Is there such thing as, okay, it's a word, of course, being overconfident, but does that coincide with your ego?
Yeah, for sure.
Being super cocky
for
or
sure.
whatever.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it gets to a point where it's like when you are too self-centered about yourself, you realize or you think that you're just the best person in the room. Nobody wants to be around you.
Nobody wants to be around you.
If you're a higher up or if you're a boss or, somebody that holds power, obviously people are going to be naturally scared to tell you about yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I guess that does kind of go into that point as well, too.
Yeah, but it depends on, like, what type of areas you using it. Like, all right, let's say you playing a sport for you, flag football. You got to be confident in that. You got to be confident in your plays and stuff.
Yeah.
But in certain areas, like, what's a good scenario for, like, overconfidence and not really taking into consideration other people's emotions or something?
For sure.
Like that? What do you think, bro?
It's kind of crazy because I'm glad you used that point with the sports because 9 times out of 10, most of the times, it's not the most confident person that is the captain of the team. I was just watching the Pro Bowl today, and they were talking about Peyton Manning.
Ooh, okay.
Peyton Manning, he doesn't ooze confidence, to say the least, But he's been a team captain ever since he's been in the league. He's still a figure of the NFL that everyone loves and respects. Why is that?
Yeah, why?
Because he's a natural born leader. You don't have to have. It's good to have confidence, but you don't need the confidence to lead other people.
But I think a good point to add on to it is that even for leaders, it's good to show a little bit of vulnerability so people can relate to you and people will follow you even more because they understand that you understand them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's it.
That's relating right to that on a personal level,
on a personal level. Personal
okay.
Level,
man. Hey, I'm loving.
See how they click right there? Yeah.
Hey, we came on super strong today,
to that next point, like, time is valuable. What does time mean to you as an adult?
I'd say time, kind of like we were talking about in episode 2 with time management.
Okay.
It's one of those things where once it's gone, it's gone.
It is very much gone.
You can't purchase more of. You can't be replaced. It's not something you could buy over the counter. Like, it's gone, it's gone. So I guess my question to you is, would you feel comfortable leaving this earth with a grudge with somebody if you knew you had time to fix it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I would feel so much better knowing that I let go of all grudges and I gave peace. You know what I'm saying? I want to be known as that guy that was peaceful and he was always doing his thing, making sure, let's say, his family good, his people's good, protected, all of that. And not known as somebody, he was always mad, bro. He could never let go of stuff.
For sure.
Letting go is also another point we can add into today's episode. When you hold on to something for so long, it'll consume you, man, because you always gonna be thinking about it.
Yeah.
And you're not thinking about your next move. What's gonna better you?
And sometimes you kind of gotta let go without an explanation too.
Yep. Just
Like,
say, let
even
go.
to
It's
the point
okay.
of like relationships or something, bro. Like,
yeah.
you gotta let that go without that true explanation that you were looking for. And sometimes it could be the best outcome for you.
Absolutely, and you know what I'm saying? Even for us being single, man. So, we was just talking about this before the podcast. All right. What is your take on being so submerged in the single life that when somebody else comes along and is showing you that they have so much high potential to give you, let's say, healthy time, not a wasted time? How do you perceive that, knowing that the only types of relationship you know is the ones you've been through?
Yeah.
And that's something healthy, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, so with that kind of brings it back to the point that we were talking about earlier today. I'd say just getting out your head.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to be the same as your last.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's different.
Yep.
There's billions of people walking on the planet of the
That's
earth,
what
bro.
I'm saying.
No two people are the same, bro.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the thing that I feel like we ultimately have to go through that healing process and, you know, discover ourselves to be able to realize that there are other people out here that will be willing to give us things that we not necessarily might not have been getting before.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't have known that if we wouldn't get the opportunity.
And I think being so stuck in like bad habits and what you thought love was, and you know what I'm saying, it's like, do you really want to go back to that? Because like being single, it's peaceful. It's like I said, the peace of mind that you get just to be doing your thing and focused on your own goals really can go a long way. So now having somebody that can really show you that they can match up with that, it's a little scary, but at the same time, it might not be a waste of time.
Man, I hate having to throw my pops in here, man, but he's just such a wealth of knowledge, man. He told me, he said, you have to be willing to get your heart broken again to find the one. If you don't do that and you don't step out on that whim of faith, then it's just never gonna happen.
You ain't never gonna know.
You're never gonna know.
Never gonna know.
Never gonna know. But
is that also true about, I guess the last point, about trusting your gut, or can your gut be wrong? Yeah.
I'd say yes, our guts can be wrong in a sense sometimes because we want what we want.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make that outcome.
Like, what do you need?
What do you need?
What do you need?
What do I want? What do I need?
Yeah,
for sure. And a lot of times we're gonna turn what we want into what we need. You know, and it might not necessarily be exactly what's best for us.
All I'm gonna say is quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity.
And that's great that we're kind of bringing this into a close here today, because we actually just before we got on air, we had a meeting today, and that meeting consisted of you, me, and my brother. I want to throw a quick shout out to him, man, the guy behind the scenes of everything, creating the Instagram and helping us out with YouTube a lot. He's really been helping us out. So I just always want to throw a quick shout out to those that help us. Absolutely. And we came up with an agreement today that we want to be able to provide the best content for you guys. Like we said, quality over quantity. It's not necessarily about the numbers of the shows for us. We just want to produce the best quality for you guys.
The best.
And we came to the consensus today that we think that if we scheduled it down to a bi-weekly drop, every other week we be dropping content, and make sure you follow our socials in between, because in between the weeks we're gonna be putting some stuff out. We're gonna be working on some shorts. I know we were working on that today.
Shorts, reels, all kinds of stuff, just to give you that feeling of, let's say what Dominic Toretto says. Family, man. For family, man. You all a part of the family, man. We all appreciate. We all appreciate you all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And it really means a lot, and we're excited to see where this will take us. So, hey man, here's our socials. Instagram, RAND Music _ RAND Music _ Randy Music, and you.
Yep. So podcast A_2 say for the podcast for the page here, and personal social D_LEW WW. Give those a follow if you haven't already. We are also going to have YouTube link drop down here in the description as well. And we also got kind of a link tree that's going to help you guys out as well if you can't really follow what we saying all the time. We're making it easy for y'all, man. We're making it easy for y'all. Just go ahead and throw it over to you this week and close out.
As I said, keep tuning in. We appreciate every single last one of y'all. But hey, I'm Randy.
I'm Darrian.
And we just had a lot to say.
A lot to say, man.